So let's quickly understand what is the machine learning at a very high level. So it's nothing but it's a process by which a computer solves the problem same way as humans do, right? Just that it is a computer that is performing a task and not the human. It's a common sense to solve a problem, but it's a common sense for machine or a computer rather than common sense for human beings. And it also basically learns by finding patterns in the data, right? So let's understand this more visually. So let's take an analogy of how humans learn, right? So you have a picture of cat and a horse, and there is a teacher here who's teaching to the student, and the teacher is showing the picture of cat and telling the student, hey, this is a cat. Similarly, teacher also shows a picture of horse, and teacher tells the student that, hey, this is a horse, right? So a student learns this by visually looking at the picture and see that this is an animal that has a fur, it has two eyes, one nose, it has one tail, four legs, and it is a smaller in size. It can come in different colors like black or stripes, right? It has nails, it has whiskers, and such animal, when they see in the future, they can quickly say that this is a cat because teacher has taught them. Similarly, for horse, they learn that, hey, this is an animal that has again four legs. Mostly the animal is standing, very rarely it sits. Again, it has a tail that is a very thick. It also has a lot of hairs around his neck, right? And the animal basically looks like this shape, right? It is a wider in length. It could come in white, black, or a dark brown color. It mostly eats grass, and that's a teacher is telling them this is a horse, and that's how students learn it, right? So this is called a training process for humans. Here, teacher is nothing but a teacher of a student. It could be parents too, and a student is just learning because teacher is telling them this is how animals look and this is a particular type of animal. Now what students learn, let's say it's an exam time, the student will be given a question paper, and the teacher will be taken out of the loop here, right? Because students have learned it. So let's say a student gets a question paper, they are shown the picture of cats, and the question is asked to a student to fill in the blanks where they are shown the picture of a cat, and the question is this is dash dash dash, and student is supposed to fill in the answer. Similarly for horse, this could be another question. Here again it's a fill in the blanks, this is a dot dot dot, and student is supposed to fill in the answer. Now student, because they have learned from their teachers, they can answer this correctly, saying that this animal on the top is a cat, and they can fill in the blanks, and the animal in the bottom is a horse, and they can fill in the blanks. Remember, these pictures could be, the horse picture is different from the earlier picture, right? It's not the exact same picture, right? The cat picture also, we could show them a different cat picture, right? It need not be the same cat picture that student has shown them, but still student will be able to identify because they have learned that from their teachers. Okay, now let's compare this with machine learning, where computers are student and programmers are teachers. So here is an example how computers learn. So I'm taking exact same example. Here the only difference is a teacher is nothing but a programmer who's programming the computers, and student is nothing but a computer itself. So here again a programmer is showing the picture of cats and horses, and also giving them labels and telling that this is a picture of a cat, this is a picture of a horse, and it is sending this data to the computer. The computer analyzes the pixels and colors in this image and identify the various objects. Once you feed a lot of data to the computer, computer can learn from the pattern in this data that a cat looks like this. It has whiskers, it has two ears which always are triangular shape and they are mostly standing vertically. Similarly for horse, they recognize that the horse has mostly thick tails and it has a hairs on his neck. And when you feed in a lot of pictures of cats and a lot of pictures of horses along with the proper labels, like this is a horse and this is a cat, the computer also learns just like humans do that how would cat look like and how would a horse look like based on the pixels in this image. A pixel is nothing but an every dot in the picture, right? Basically this image is, let's say it's of 600 by 400 pixels. That means there are 600 pixels in every row and 400 pixels in every column, and each pixel has certain color, right? So computer can analyze those pixels and determine how would a cat look like and how would a horse look like. So this is called a training process where a programmer is showing a lot of pictures of animals to a computer, and the computer is a student and it learns from the pictures that how a cat looks like and how a horse looks like. And this is called a training process. Now, armed with this knowledge, then again, it's an exam time. It's an exam time, right? So you take the teacher out of the picture and computers are actually shown the picture of a different horses and a different cats, right? So in this particular case, since computer is already trained on how to identify an image of a cat, an image of a horse, and then you could feed a completely different pictures of cats and dogs, cats and horses, and computer based on its training process, it can identify like and fill in the blanks just like a human student would do. It can say that this picture is of a cat on the top and the bottom pictures are the picture of horses, right? So that's how we compare computers and human, and this is how then this is called machine learning, and this is called an inference process where computers are already trained and they can identify the cats and the horses or any other animal because a programmer has taught them how to do that. So that's in a nutshell what a machine learning is.